Am I the only one who is completely done with Hunter Biden news? Why is anyone invested in this guy? I'd be invested in him if I were a government official and I wanted to distract the people that voted for me from the fact that I haven't done anything to improve their lives in any meaningful way. I swear H is just a distraction from other news. Like, who cares about this loser? Say what you will about Biden, but he has no control over his loser son. Stop giving him attention he doesn't deserve. Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for president in 2024 and he is going to be facing 3 different criminal trials. The Republicans need something to distract their idiot base, so Hunter Biden is not going away. They will probably even impeach Biden over it somehow. I voted for Biden and would again if it's Biden-Trump 2024. But the hypocrisy is hilarious. Liberals would be frothing at the mouths if this was one of Trump's children. Rightfully so, but since it's Biden's son it's like PFFFT, who cares? Because he's still the president's son and there appears to be abuse in powers to help him skate free. I bet if it was Don Jr. you wouldn't be done with it. It would be non-stop 24/7 on the news. And you would love it. It's a very hypocritical country we live in. Lol. Because he is a perfect example of the inequality in the American justice system. This man has crashed a rental car while high on meth. GoPro'd himself smoking crack with prostitutes. Committed tax fraud. Illegally possessed a gun. And he's never seen the inside of a jail. If a regular American did any of the above-mentioned crimes, they would have had their lives ruined. But because Hunter's daddy is a career politician, he gets the charges dropped. He gets a pre-trial intervention. Today he was given a slap on the wrist and told to get a job and stay off drugs. If only they hadn't suppressed the stories about him in 2020. That was a dumb move. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a hate boner for him. I think what's funny is that you wouldn't be sick of it if it was one of Trump's kids under fire. You'd be eating it up and loving it. Because he's the son of the president. It's not really shocking. Republicans are obsessed because they have no plans and no tangible complaints about Biden. So the instant there's a glimmer of related impropriety, they jump on it. In reality it's basically a nothing burger. Especially compared to the stuff Trump and his family got away with. Nobody sane actually gives a shit about Hunter Biden or anything related to him because he doesn't actually matter. Meanwhile, Trump is selling nuclear docks to the Saudis for $2 billion to his son-in-law. The reason why it's news isn't because of his nude photos or drug use. It's because Biden, who was vice president at the time, was getting a 10 cut and likely much more from all of Hunter's shady deals with our foreign adversaries. It's just a way to show corruption. But literally, like every politician on every side is corrupt. People are colorblind depending on what side they're on, though. I don't mean to commit whataboutism. But were this one of Trump's kids, the news would be going non-stop about how it's a reflection of Trump. And to some extent they wouldn't be wrong. Hunter is dirty as fuck and his old man is clearly in on it to some extent. Is this major news? Meh. Is it further proof that Biden is just another trash politician? Yep. I'm more concerned with why I would already be in prison if I did what he does. Because the right has nothing. No policy. Just bullshit. It's the same stupidity as Benghazi or lock her up. It's a giant fucking nothing burger overall. Even if Hunter is convicted, it's still pretty small potatoes as compared to the hot water old Donnie dumbass is in. Thinking face. It's not him as much as how much he had benefited while his dad has been a government official and the corruption that is not talked about. I think just maybe because he's the president's son. Might be wrong. But seems to be a connection. No, literally. They have no evidence against Biden and all the evidence against them. So they need a scapegoat. DGMW. I hate Biden. But using revenge porn against his son is too fucking far, man. FJB. Literally nobody covers that except phone news and Republican misinformation stations. Republicans cannot run on policy, due to the fact that most Americans do not find it palatable. Instead, they must distract for their unpopular stances by honing in on nonsensical cultural war nonsense. Am I excusing what Hunter did as a private citizen? No. But I do not care. He isn't, nor wasn't, a public official. Republicans have command of the House. And they can focus on any policy issue they would like. What do they do instead? Show dick pics of Hunter on the House floor. Anything to distract the masses from the class war being waged upon them. There is mounting evidence that Hunter was a bagman for his father. They need to generate fake scandals to hide the fact that they have no actual policies. It's just a red herring. If Republicans focus on it enough, it becomes something. Only Republicans are because they need the drama. We need progress, not Congress. LMAO. If this was Trump Jr., would you feel the same? Dude brought cocaine to the White House. LMAO. It's exceedingly tasteless and classless to drag a non-political actor into politics. It's not a good sign that they've got nothing else to complain about. They're in a corner and are going to do something desperate and stupid. Most of us are tired of it. It ain't going away though. Republicans need something to hitch their wagon to. Republicans are losing their shit because their main excuse for being corrupt traitors is the Dems. Do it too. They remind me of the kid who kept digging through a pile of shit convinced there has to be a pony in there somewhere. I'm not done with it at all. He's likely been funneling bribes to Joe. If they're anything like my 75-year-old boomer father, they are still seething and want to see either him and his father go down. Anything to take the focus off of Trump. Sunk cost fallacy. Republicans have sunk so much into this they cannot let go. They feel strong in that suit of armor. Too fucking bad they're swimming. Prob because some wanna bang him. I mean, I like that he smoked crack in a deprivation chamber. I just think it's neat. I have no idea. If a former vice president was taking bribes from Ukraine or China, that would have been a big story. Yet Republicans were fine with it until Joe Biden became the frontrunner for president. Because finally one of the elites gets held accountable for shady stuff, yes. It's the ne'er-do-well son of the sitting career politician president. But Hunter is also a big-time wheeler-dealer on the level of Kushner or Don Jr. I'm not done with the story at all. I want everyone in Washington to shake in their shoes like when Epstein went to Rikers. When Wonderbread Watts murdered his family, it was on the news for an entire year. Hunter Biden should be on the news for at least as long as everyone said he shouldn't be. The MAGA crowd has a hard-on for him. Nice cock. I learned Reddit doesn't know what he did and probably just knows as much as CNN told them. Because they have nothing on Biden. Shay reason they wouldn't shut up about Hillary's emails for 2 years. There are plenty of valid criticisms of Biden. But they Republicans want to be divisive.